Hare Krishna, everyone. Greetings from Ustka.
Yes.
Ustka. Where is Ustka? Ustka is way off in the distance. It's on the north coast of Poland. And yeah, the sun finally came out. And it's kind of windy, but otherwise pretty nice. Kind of fresh, you could say. Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Saturday Sanga on Saturday, because it's Saturday Sanga, May 30th. How come it's already May 30th?
Must be before yesterday it was 29.
Oh, that's why.
Just because. Otherwise it wouldn't be.
Otherwise, yeah. What to do? Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutthapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rūpam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutane Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah He Krishna Karuna-sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So, as we usually do, we can go to the Chaitanya Mangala of Lochandas Thakur. where we are reading about little baby Nimai and the demigods coming to worship him. Let's go to share, and then we go to it's here somewhere. Or is it not here? What happened? Acrobat, there we go. Ooh, how come it's like that? Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. And this time we have Kavi Chandra has provided a word-for-word translation and grammatical analysis. Yeah, I'm guessing with the help of our friend Bhakta Artificial, the artificial Bhakta. So we'll come to that, but a little bit of review. Jagannath Mishra called out, "Sachi, what's that noise I hear?" Frightened, Sachi screamed. Jagannath ran outside. His son hugged both his father and his mother. And then, seeing his son's feet had no anklets, I think it means ankle bells, Jagannath forgot herself. So that should be Sachi forgot herself. Or it should be Jagannath forgot himself. Or Jagannath and Sachi forgot themselves. Shunya charan deki apana pasare. Let's see, bahire asyadohe putra koila kole. Shunya charan, his empty feet, literally. Dekiya, seeing his empty feet. Apana pasare. Yeah, it doesn't seem clear to me whether it's Jagannath or Sachi in any case. If you want internet connection, there is internet connection here, but you have...
Yeah, yes.
Right. Now we can try that. We're going through the phone. Okay, so now back to Chaitanya Mangala, but you're saying it's small on the screen?
Now we don't have it up because the sharing stopped.
Oh, sharing stopped. Okay, I'll start it over. Share. Acrobat. Acrobat. Share. How's that? Uh-oh. It's okay now? Okay. At that moment, Lord Krishna's pastimes came into his thoughts. So, Jagannath Mishra's thoughts. Then Sachi described what she had seen. Okay, that's where we stopped. Charimukha Panchamukha Adi Jata Deva Dibbojane Ashikoila Balakera Sheva. She said, Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods came here on celestial airplanes and served our sun. So Charimukha, of course, means the four-headed one. And Panchamukha Adi. So Panchamukha refers to Lord Shiva. Apparently, sometimes Lord Shiva has 5 heads. Panchamukha Adi, so beginning with Shiva. So it means so many others. Jata Deva has many devas. Divya Jane Asi. So they came here, and Balakir Seva, they did service to Balaka, to the child. Prangane, so this is Sachi. She's still explaining to Jagannath. Prangane Nachilo Putra Radha Krishna Bali Amise Shunila Shapna Hanumane Kari. Our son sang Radha Krishna while the demigods danced in our courtyard. I heard all this. I think it was like a dream. So prangane, we remember anga, angana, means courtyard, praangana, courtyard. Nachila, danced. Putra, son, Radha Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Bali, Nachila, okay, sang, called, Amise Shunila, and she says, I heard this. Shapna Jena Monekari. Shapna is dream, hena like, such as Monekari. Doing in the mind. Uh, 58. Dakiya Tarase Tavatani Tani Patayila Shunyal Charane Nupur Shabda Shunila. Seeing all this, I became afraid. Then I sent him to you. His feet had no anklets, no ankle bells. Still, I heard the tinkling of anklets as he walked. So Dakiya, having seen, Trase, fearing. Then Tava Tani, I think it comes from Stana, place, position. So Tavastani, Stani, your place. Patayila, I brought, I guess. And then Shunya Charane, empty feet, feet without ankle bells. Shunya Charane Nupur. Nupur is ankle bells. Shabda Shunila. Nupur Shabda Shunila. I heard the ankle bells, the sound of ankle bells. Any ankle bells? Wonderful. Kadivya Murati Sutam Najani Katana Karo Ki Hoy. Our boy has such a glorious form. I don't know what I should do. So, this boy, Divya Murati, is stretched out Murti. Divya. Let's see if I can find it. Mm, 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 mm. We're doing, oh, but then you don't have it.
Try to visualize it through the Paramatma.
Ah, okay. Rajaduta Gopal is sacrificing to get this connection. So maybe this will work. And if it doesn't, then we can try a fourth option. Okay, where were we? Let's go again. Oh, I have to again do the sharing thing. Share. Acrobat. Share. Okay. Oops. Okay, so where were we? 59. Eheta balak. So we got this word sutama or sutana. It means well-formed. Najani kotana. So this could be a bad transliteration because the other one that we're having, which Kavi Chandra supplied from the Bangla, is kokona, not kotana. Our boy has such a glorious form. No, I don't know what I should do. Najani kotana karaki hoy vidan. Whereas the other says, says, sorry for the slowness here. Where are we? Sutana, okay. Oh, this is very different. Kakana keva koraye kugyan, evil thoughts. Well, this points to maybe a relevant point that there will be different versions of these texts, different manuscripts, and what's needed, what this points to, you could say, is the need for the text. Before it, collect as many manuscripts as possible, or copies of manuscripts, which means it's a tedious job. First, it means going to libraries, probably in Bengal, and sometimes it's not so easy even to get the librarians to agree to even do it, especially if you're a Westerner. Yeah, they're very different. They have their moods. It's very strange. Some they'll be very helpful and friendly and no problem, and others will be, no, you can't, no. Do we have it? No. They just won't cooperate. Or you can see the manuscript, but can you copy it? No. Any kind of copying facility, scanning? No. So that's the first challenge. And then if you can get the manuscripts, then you have to read through them one after another, one verse at a time, comparing. And then you have to try to create, what do they call it? A schema, which is a kind of theoretical, it's sort of like a family tree, where you're, in a sense, what you're trying to do is find the great great grandfather or grandmother, and get as original as possible. Because why they're not all the same? They're not all the same for a few reasons. One is somebody who's copying doesn't understand what he's reading, and so they put it the way they think it must be. It can also be because it can also be because someone comes along and they're not just copying, they're thinking, oh, there's another story I heard, and it's like this, it's not like that. And they'll maybe change a whole section. Or another thing that happens, they'll insert a whole, can be a verse, can be a whole series of verses. Some scholars, that's what they do. They spend their lives making a critical edition of one or another text. Not the sort of thing I could ever do. Takes extreme patience and determination. And especially if there are many manuscripts. The more manuscripts, the more trouble. Unless the manuscripts are the same. But when there are differences, scholars who did Oriental Institute, Bhandarkar Oriental Institute, critical edition of the Mahabharata in Pune. Took them 30 years. And in the end, some other scholars said, yeah, but... So it wasn't entirely appreciated by everyone. Okay, back to our text. Satakanya mari mora ekati chaujal ihar sekichu hoilo najivamo aro. 7 of our daughters have died. If this boy leaves us, I will not live any longer. So Satakanya, 7 daughters, Mari died. Mor ekati chaujal. I guess chaujal. See if that's in the other one. My one son, Najiva Mo Ara. Let's see. Chawal says here. That's just a different transliteration. Yeah, boy, child. Ihar se. Ihar is the possessive form, so of him, of this child, she, indeed. Kichu hoile, if it happens, if something happens, kichu hoile, na jiva moara, my life, my jiva, more jiva, na aro will not be anymore. Yeah. So Sachimata is worried. Why is she worried like this? Because demigods coming. Why would demigods come? Because maybe they're going to take my child away. He'll go to Svarga or whatever. That is her fear. 61. Sata panchana himor e ankir tara andolir lari jeno e dhanasara. I don't have 5 or 7 children. The walking stick is a blind man's greatest treasure. He is my greatest treasure. That's an interesting analogy. So sat panch nahi. I don't have 7 or 5 children. E ankir tara. Tara means star. And anka is eye. So ankir, of the eye, or anki. Ankir tara. He's out of the eye. Yeah. I don't know why. Star of my eye. Undalir. So of one who is blind, undalir. Ladi. Ladi is a stick. Jano, I think, is like in Sanskrit, yata, similar or like. Edhan Sara. He is my essential treasure. Sara. Let's see if that's what gives here. Edhan Sara. Oh, see again, it's different. Here it says Edhan Mora, our wealth, which kind of makes more sense, maybe. Let's see, where did we start? We started with 56. Gar Sharabashadana Deha Atrotanu Narohe Jivan Mor Gorachanda Binu. As the body cannot live without the precious soul, so I cannot live without my Gorachandra. Ghara Sarabasa Dana. Dana is wealth or treasure. Deha Atmatanu. Tanu means body, Deha means body. I don't know. Na Rahe, Rahe to keep, to sustain. Na Rahe Jivan more, my life cannot be sustained. Gorachanda Binu, without. So Binu, there's Bina, and I guess also Binu, without. But I'm wondering about that first line. Might also be different. If we have it here. No, that's as far as we got. Okay. Kara Sarabhas. Okay. Vigna Nivaran Hetu Pratikar Chinta Balak Mangala Karu Deva Adi Anto. Please think of some way to protect him from dangers. Some way where the demigods from first to last all bring auspiciousness to him. So vigna can mean obstacle, or it can mean danger. Nivarana, to prevent. So prevention of danger. Hetu pratikar. Hetu is a cause. Pratikar, to counteract. Chinta, think of something. So this is Sachimata, and she's in great anxiety. She says to Jagannath, Mishra, do something. Think of something. Balak Mangala Koru Deva Adi Anto. Karu, I think, is again sort of like imperative. Do something. Balak Mangala. Deva Adi Anta. Devas Adi Anta, from beginning to end. So all the demigods. Okay, it's translated. Devas, demigods, from first to last, will all bring auspiciousness to him. Oh, I see. Karu is more like a third person imperative or something. Aunmane, aunmane, ratri suprabhate, kelai sachir sutta balaka shohite. In this way the night passed. Then the sun rose. Sachi's son then went to play with the other boys. So Hanomane, in that way, Aunmane, I guess past. Welcome, welcome. Swagatam. There are, oh, yeah, here's a sort of an asana. There's a little, okay. So Hanamane Onmane Ratri Suprabhate. So the night passed. Suprabhate, the sun rose. Kelai, going to play. Sachir Sutta, the son of Sachi. Valaka Sahite, with his friends. The boys. Okay, we can stop there. Oops. Yeah. All right. Music time.
Guru Maharaj, please change the mood of. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Stop, share, change, positions, share, and okay. Mm-hmm. So we're singing in Payar. Not melody, but meter. Chari mukha pancham ari. No. Chari mukha panchamukha arijata deva. Chari mukha panchamukha arijata deva. Divya jane asik hoila balake seva. Divya jane asik hoila balake seva. Kandane na chila putra radhik. Kandane na chila putra radha krishna bali. Amise Śrīla Swapna Hanamane Kore. Rakiya Tarase Tava Thani Pathaila. hataila shunya charane nukura shabda Śrīla. Murati Shuddha Nayani Patana Hara Hivai Vidana Shata Kanya Marimora Akati Chawala Ihar se kichu hoile najiva o ara. Ihar se kichu hoile najiva o ara. Shata pancha nahi mor e ankirtara. Andale laina vedana sara. Laina vedana tara sarvasadan deha atmadan. Narahid Chandra More Gora Chandra Vina Vigna Nivaran Hetu Pratikara Chinta Hetu Pratikara Chinta Balaka Mangala Karo Deva Anta Hanamane Almane Ratri Suprabhate Kelai Shachir Sutta Balaka Shahide Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare we have some talented musicians with us today. We're almost ready to go on tour. World tour. The Ustka group. So, Hare Krishna, again, welcome everyone who have joined us since we started. Let's see, I just want to check our is Manibanda, are you there? Just wanted to tell you a little message. He was here. He moved. It's the Hare Krishna movement. There he is.
Jai Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Jai, jai, jai. Yeah, just to let you know, a little heads up, I'm planning to come to Argentina, I should say,
Yeah.
in November.
Okay, Guru
And
Maharaj.
one thing is, though, I haven't booked a flight yet, but I'll do that in a few days. But the thing is, you'll need to coordinate schedule with one Bhakta Martin. Martin, what's his last name? I forgot. I think he's a Bhakta. Hold on. He is teaching at one university or two universities.
Yeah.
No, one university. Do you know him?
No, I don't. But I think you are talking about some guy who was contacted by Brajavakti, could be? Because
Maybe.
Brajavakti told me
Anyway,
that he has a friend in the university and he was agreeing to receive you for a class.
yeah, so I just got letter from him, and just looking, do I have his last name? Martin, oh, here it is, Martin Emilio Rosana. I could give you his email address.
Please.
Yeah, I'll do that later, I think. So the point is, he's organizing, there will be 3 lectures I'll be giving at Well, two different universities, and then one, there's going to be a conference. I don't know where that'll be. The only thing that's fixed now is the conference, which is 25th to 27th of November. And I don't necessarily have to be there all 3 days, but he's asked me to give the keynote address. I don't know if it's the keynote or a keynote, but in any case, some sort of lecture. And and the other two lectures he hasn't fixed yet. He said it's quite flexible.
Okay, Guru Maharaj. So you will send me his address so I can contact him?
We'll do that. Yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up. I'll send his email address later to you.
Yes, you can send me it by WhatsApp.
Okay. Good. I'll do it later though.
We are very happy to know that you are coming, Guru Maharaj.
Krishna willing, I may come. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. What's the news here? Well, we're having a nice, what do we call it here? Bhagavat reading retreat, Ustka retreat.
Bhagavatam festival.
Bhagavatam festival in or near Ustka. And we have what, around 20 devotees here, I think. 30? 26? Okay. Yeah, so it's like a little retreat for reading. So there are two 2-hour reading sessions a day. One is 12 to 2, and the other, no, it's 10 to 12, sorry. 10 to 12, and the other is 6 to 8. And I'm attending the second one, the evening one. And we're reading, guess what? We're reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 7, Chapter 7. Teachings of Prahlad Maharaj to his friends, schoolmates. Yeah. And we're coming to the conclusion of that section. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening here. What news otherwise is, well, is he here?
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisance.
You're here.
Krishna.
Joy. I was thinking because you were asking about learning verses. Shall we talk about learning verses?
Yes, that would be amazing, Gurudev. Thank you.
Amazing. The main thing for learning verses is, guess what? Repetition. I was afraid you would say that. Well, we can say a few more things. One is, I think first we want to little reflect on why do we want to learn verses. There can be different reasons. There can be more spiritual and more material reasons. If I learn lots of verses, then I could show off how I learn. Yeah. That wouldn't be very spiritual, but of course, learning verses is for communication. We want to communicate what Krishna, what Maharaj Parikshit, what Shukadeva, what Narada Muni, what the great devotees say, and it's certain, I don't know, a kind of special power, I think, in quoting directly the Sanskrit. The word Sanskrit means refined or purified. So it's considered, it's understood, it's the purified language. And so it has a certain power. And it has a certain authority. Authority is, in a sense, it's one of the major themes of the Bhagavad Gita. And it's a major theme in Srila Prabhupada's purports. And it's a major theme in Prabhupada's lectures. What is the source of knowledge? Who do we listen to? And who do we surrender to? To whom are we obedient? So those can be reasons, kind of establishing authority. And that means also, if we're speaking in a group, we're speaking to one person, we're showing that what I'm speaking is not my invention, it's not my idea. I'm simply communicating what I heard. And you can say behind the speaker is the entire Guru Parampara and Lord Krishna. So it can be very powerful. Some years ago, dare I say how many years ago? Many years ago, something like more than 20 years ago, in Sridham Mayapur in the Gurukula, I was living, and the boys were being trained. They were memorizing they were memorizing Vedic mantras like Purusha Sukta and so on, ritual fire yagyas. And they were also learning, while I was there, Bhagavad Gita. So I took part in their learning of chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita. The teacher, can I remember his name? He was an Italian devotee. And he had a technique, which is, I think, a standard technique, but he was quite good. And we learned 13th chapter quite well in 1 month of 45-minute class every day. And the way we did it, chapter 13, maybe we should do something from chapter 15, because, why? Because this is Purushottama Mahasa, and Purushottama Yoga is the name of chapter 15. So instead of explaining, maybe what I should do is just do it how we did it in the Gurukul. But here's the thing. You should not look at a written text. You should only hear and repeat. Now, your question immediately will be, well, what if I'm learning on my own? Yeah, that's okay. You're probably reading the text. That helps. And that's, what can you do? That's how you can do it. But the hearing method, I think, is very good because you sort of put aside your thinking, analyzing tendency, which is not to say the thinking, analyzing is not good. I think that's actually very important also for learning, because otherwise you're repeating a verse, but you're just parroting. If you know the meanings of the words, and even better if you know a little grammar, a little bit why the words have the endings that they have, and so on. Then when you speak, when you quote a verse, then you're not parroting, you are saying, you're putting yourself into what you're quoting. And that's helpful. And also I think it can help in learning and memorizing. But the sort of plain memorizing for, I don't know, wiring the brain to remember is mainly a matter of repetition. And it's a repetition which is cumulative. So you're building up. And this building up process also stretches the memory. And I think it's good for the memory. It exercises the memory. And you find with the exercise of memory, it's a bit like a muscle. If you don't exercise a muscle, it'll be weak. If you exercise the memory muscle for learning verses, then you find you can learn more and more. Yeah. So we always had a specific melody, and we would repeat. And the way it's done is you hear once and you repeat twice. So chapter 15, verse 1, I know some of you are going to be looking at the verse, but you shouldn't. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Now there's a delay because of the way this works, but Urdvamulam
Vamulam, Urdvamulam,
Adhashakam
Shakam, Adhashakam,
Urdvamulam Adhashakam
Urdvamulam, Adhashakam, Urdvamulam, Adhashakam,
Ashvatam
Ashvatam, Ashvatam,
Prahur
Prahur, Prahur,
Avyayam
Avyayam, Avyayam,
Ashvatam Prahur
Ashvatam, Prahur, Ashvatam, Prahur,
Avyayam
Avyayam, Avyayam,
Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam
Ashvatar, Prahur, Avyayam, Ashva Ash Ash
Prahur Avyayam.
Avyayam Rahur Avyayam.
Rajaduta Gopal he has a lot of experience of this, right? From the Gurukul. What did you learn while you were there?
We finished 108 shlokas of the Gita, and then we started maybe half through the Bhagavatam, meaning 50-something verses from the Bhagavatam.
So,
Matra.
so in a course of 2 years. So Rajaduta Gopal says during 2 years in Mayapur Gurukul, when he was 10 to 12, he was learning around 100. He was learning 108 verses from Bhagavad Gita and some 50 verses from Bhagavatam, plus the mantras for the yajna, which is a lot more than 100.
In shlokas, yeah. Like the Purusha Sukta itself is long.
Yeah.
Non,
Yeah, Purusha Sukta is 16 verses, but then there's so many others. So maybe you learned 250 or so verses in that time. Who knows? Okay. See.
Chandansi,
Yasya Parnani.
Yasya Parnani, Yasya Parnani,
Chandangsi Yasya.
Chandansi Yasya, Chandansi Yasya,
Yasya Parnani.
Yasya Parnani, Yasya Parnani,
Chandangsi Yasya Parnani.
Chandansi Yasya Parnani, Chandansi Yasya Parnani,
Yastam
Yastam, Yastam,
Veda
Veda,
Savedavit.
Savedavit, Savedavit,
Yastam Veda
Yastam Veda, Yastam Veda,
Savedavit.
Savedavit, Savedavit,
Yastam Veda Savedavit.
Yastam Veda, Savedavit, Yastam Veda, Savedavit.
Yeah, so like that. And then one goes back and one does it again, and you build up. And the way we had it, after we had learned 5 verses, then we would go through those 5 verses nonstop 10 times. Also, you did that one. That was the system. Yeah, so that way you're drilling it in. Yeah, so this takes time. It's good to do this, even just very briefly, early in the morning, when your mind is fresh. And you can take one verse and sort of go through it in the morning. And then, if you have it on a card, you can remind yourself of it during the day. And then in the evening, just before again. And then the next morning, as soon as you get up, you look at that version which you were going through the night before. and then it starts to become fixed. But it's not fixed yet. There's been a lot of scientific study of memory and how long it lasts and for what kind of memory and so on. And you find each chart where the memory goes steeply up and then it goes steeply down. And then each time you remember, it goes further up and further up and further up, and eventually. So yeah, it's a matter of repetition. But it's not only repetition, it's also meaning. And chanting mantras, it's said, one should also meditate on the meaning of the mantra. So that was our 5-minute or 10-minute lesson in memorizing verses. Is that okay?
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you.
Any question?
Yes, I would like to ask then, over the years, how do you remember those verses for a very long period of time?
Sometimes I'm going back over and reminding. And I don't know that many verses, actually. Prabhupada quoted so many, and so many more than I know. And yeah, I'll get a little inspiration. Oh, I'm going to learn, chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita, and then I'll work on it. And then I might get another inspiration and focus on something else. And then, yeah, sometimes I may go back and, yeah, it's interesting. I more or less, years ago when I was doing Nrsimha worship, I kind of memorized Prahlad's prayers in Bhagavatam 7, chapter 9, many years ago, and then I was not chanting them, so I was not remembering them. And then more recently, going back and looking at them, let's say I recognized them, and I could see that it doesn't take so much effort to remember. I still have to take time and work on it. But what I'm saying is that even from long before, 20 years before, if you memorize something, it won't completely disappear. And then you can bring it back with a bit of refreshing of the memory. The aim, they say in India, is to have it kanta sta, standing in the throat. So it just comes without thinking. In English, we say memorized means having it in the heart. So I would say both are good. We want it in the heart because we want Krishna in the heart. Mm-hmm. It's a very nice discipline for the mind. The Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and all of our literatures and yoga in general is about controlling, disciplining the mind. And this can be one nice way of doing it. It's a little challenge for the mind. And one point is also to not allow yourself to be frustrated when you don't remember something. That frustration can block you and make you give up. And you don't want that. And what you may find is if you can sort of hold off the frustration, you're remembering a verse, but then, oh, what was the next line? You don't remember. So if instead of, oh no, I don't remember, you just kind of, okay, I don't remember for now. And maybe you go and you remember something else. Sometimes you find, ding, the memory comes back and you remember it. You give it some time. It's like, I don't know, something is going a bit slowly there in the brain. It's like, okay, time to wake up. Bing, okay, there it is. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing, the memory. Of course, we understand all memory is given to us by Krishna. What's the verse? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sanivishta mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Right? What is smriti? Yeah, memory. And jnanam is knowledge. And apohanam is translated as forgetting. I think mind is all right, it is what it is, but you can exercise it. Just give it some exercise. And of course, you can do this as a team, you know. If you're traveling Sankirtan, then you can get everyone throwing shlokas at each other. Shloka baseball, shloka volleyball. Yeah, you can make sort of games out of it and so on. Well, things you can do. Okay. Munendra Gana, any question?
Thank you, Gurudev. I'm unfortunately not so good in this practice, but I try my best. Now by Bhagavatam studies we have to practice.
Yeah. Yeah, keep practicing. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagena cha kriyate. Abhyasa, practice. And in English, they say, Übung macht den Meister. Right? Isn't it? They say in German, Übung macht den Meister. Yes. Praktika, Genie. Chini. Mistra. Praktika Genie Mistra in Popolsku. Oh, Mangala Chandrika suggests it is also very powerful to record your own voice, read the verses properly, leaving time in between the lines, and then repeating while hearing the recording. There you go. Yeah, that's another technique. And Ramavatar tells us something in Hrivatsi. That's all. Okay. That's almost everything. Oh, I had another subject. Hold on. Let's get back. Darya Janani had an interesting comment. She sent us, I don't know, are you there, Darya Janani? Bistuda. Yeah. Darya Janani. You were saying, you sent me a message that unlike in Christianity, where we have Mother Maria, Maria, who is really the feeling is she's a real mother. Your feeling is that the feminine divinities that we hear of from our shastras, they don't really, they don't have that. There's something they don't have that Mother Maria has. Yeah? Did I get that right? Yeah. So now I would like to hear if anyone else would like to comment on that subject, especially any of the ladies. Well, okay, Mother Yashoda. Yes, of course, they're naming various female personalities, Queen Kunti, Mother Yashoda, but I think what you're saying, Darya Janani, is yes, but no, they're not the same. So maybe we need to go a little further. What is not the same? What is maybe the same? What is missing? Why? I don't know. Any thoughts? Darya Janani, Vistu Datsu et Vasagan.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. I don't know. Now, what can I say? I feel that when I pray to Hanuman, for example, I feel that I will be heard. He hear me and answer, or to another gods or Nrisimhadev and so on, to deities. But a feminine person is not. I don't know. Maybe it's my mistake. Maybe only I don't know who is our patroness.
Patroness. Okay, and Dira Lalita is saying Radharani. Devotees pray to Radharani. Tulsi Maharani, says Vrindapati. And others.
Draupadi.
Draupadi, praying to Draupadi. Do you want to pray to Draupadi? Who was that who was commenting Draupadi?
Kelly.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Hare Krishna. ¿Cómo está, Kelly?
I'm fine, Guru Maharaj.
You're
Thank
fine.
you.
Good. So you want to pray to Draupadi? Or you do pray to Draupadi?
Yes, Subhadra, Srimati Subhadra too.
Subhadra. Oh, yes, because you're a Jagannath Subhadra Baladev worshiper.
Yes.
Ah. Subhadra generally, that's kind of unusual. Even though Subhadra is right there in the middle. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. But we don't hear very much about her, do we? She's kind of small and she's just between them. Avadutarai says Lalita. Okay. Yeah.
I have a little something also, if I may.
Yes.
Yeah, hi boy, hi boy. So thinking about this aspect, this motherly aspect.
Yeah.
To be mother, I mean, it means many things, but it means to nourish. Means to nourish, hold, to attend to carry sometimes, to make, to give a feeling of safety. And that's, for me, it's like the culmination is that is to bring the, I mean, I would help the person in every way, caring, or in every way it might be in nourishing like that, to come closer to Radharani, because it's Radharani's mood. And so this thing with nourishing and caring for each other, and to have that everywhere, for me, that's this aspect. And Radharani, she's the source of that. So yeah, just some thoughts.
Devi Krishna Mayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanti Sanmohini Para. Radharani is the source of all Lakshmis and all the wives of Krishna and so on. Okay, that's good point. Nourishment, protection, support, all these qualities of motherhood, which might remind us that in Indian tradition, I don't know how far back it goes, whether we can find it in Rig Veda, I don't know. But it is said, Prabhupada will say, there are 7 mothers. One of them is the earth. So the earth is supporting and nourishing. Of course, everyone is nourished by Mother Earth. And so on. And what are the other 6? There's one's own mother. There's one's nurse. There's the wife of the guru. There's wife of a Brahmin. There is the queen. That's 5. There's the earth. That's 6.
Mother cow.
And mother cow. 7. So is distributed in our tradition amongst, because it's such a big responsibility, it can't be taken by only one mother. Kaveri has pointed out that, what did you say before? In New York City, Ratha Yatra Subhadra's cart always has the best kirtan. Okay. And Soumya Karani says, there's a book, Yagnya Seni, by Pratibha Rai about Draupadi, retelling the Mahabharata from the eyes of Draupadi. It is beautifully written, and after reading it, one can really pray to Draupadi, gain strength from her. So there's a tip. You might, Darya Janani, you might try that. I think I read that once. Yeah. And Soumya Karani says, cow. And Kaveri says, I prayed to Vrinda Devi and Radharani before having to decorate for a festival so I can please Krishna and devotees. And Ramavatar says, Rukmini. Here's the official quote from Vrindapati. Ado Mata Guru Patni Brahmani Rajapatnika Denur Datri Tata Prithvi Sapta Eta Matara Smritaha. And the translation. I'm wondering what the origin of that verse is, where that's from. Johannes says, I think maybe the motherly role of Mary is so much emphasized because the death of Jesus is so central, and a way of bringing out the tragedy of his death is to see it through her eyes. Yeah, that's an interesting point. And of course, there are many sculptures and maybe also paintings, and most famous one is from Michelangelo, I think. The dead body of Jesus is on the lap of Mary. It's a very, very powerful sculpture, very moving. And you get very much a sense of her pained motherhood. It's from Niti Shastra Chanakya, yes. It sounds like it. Yes, the Pietà, la Piedad. Before I forget, Kaveri, can you please tell something about the award that you received as the best, what was it, assistant librarian?
Hare Krishna, Gurudev, and Hare Krishna devotees. It is the Para-Librarian Award.
Para-Librarian.
Yes, it's a library assistant. It's a library worker that doesn't have a master's in library science.
Oh.
So all the other roles, but and it's given by the Massachusetts Library Association. So all the libraries in Massachusetts come together, and there were 19 nominees. Very beautiful, very inspired to see the work that everybody did. I didn't feel like mine was better, but they were very kind. And the good thing is that in my library, my small library, it's not that small, but in the library of Watertown, Massachusetts, they do allow para-librarians, so people without degrees, to do things that are maybe beyond their role, their circulation role. So I'm doing a bit of programming. I'm assessing the acquisitions for like the Spanish collection and things like that. And I run a book club in Spanish. And started as something simple to connect with Spanish speakers. But then it became more like an identity, a safe space for immigrants. And the search for titles had to be also kind of relevant. And that took me to a whole journey of how the behind the scenes of the collections and the acquisitions and other parts of librarian jobs that I didn't know. And I've been having this book club for over a year, and they're very solid, they're very nice. So they appreciated that you go a little bit extra than your role description to help the community. And as some of you may know, here in the US, we have ICE and this paramilitia force.
Don't tell me about it. Oh my God.
That harasses immigrant communities, and we see them on the streets, and we worry, the community worries, I worry, I'm an immigrant, so it's very violent. So to have a place where people feel safe, and we don't care where they come from, we don't care about their papers, we respect them, and we celebrate their culture. It's something that it needs a lot of nourishment and patience and work and dedication. And it's also very fulfilling. So I'm very happy. And it might not be something that you do, the preaching that you do very straightforward, like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita verse. But it is something that you have to show with your actions and your love and your care. And there's a lot of bhakti in that. And there's a lot of learning for me to appreciate, God in others, God in kindness, and the value of people. We talk the books obviously about Krishna, but just being able to practice dialogue, to exchange points of view, it has been very enriching in my spiritual life. And it feels good to do something for your community.
Yeah, very good.
So thank you, Gurudev.
So congratulations. The para-librarian of Massachusetts for the year 2025.
26.
26. Oh, okay. Even though it hasn't completed yet. Okay. 2026 para-librarian.
Thank you so much, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Speaking of libraries, when I was in Beijing, I asked Professor Ko, how many public libraries are there here in Beijing? And she immediately said, 1,200. 1,200 libraries in Beijing? Yes. I didn't believe her because I hadn't seen even one library. So then I looked up on the internet, as one does nowadays. And I confess, I asked Bhakti AI, which said 700. Well, 700, that's also a lot of libraries. But yeah, for a city with, extended city with 30 million people. And it got me thinking that it might be possible for me to do programs presenting my books in libraries in China. So that's something I've asked Prema Sarovara and Gaura Nataraj to explore. They have in Beijing a new main library. It's just 2 years old. And according to, I think maybe it was Wikipedia, they've already had, I forget the number, hundreds of programs, some sort of programs. So why not presenting a book like we did a few days ago in Pula Public Library. We had a talk about the 2 animal ethic books. Yeah. Other places as well. I don't know. But it's good to have books in the local language. Chinese we have, and we didn't have in Croatian, but people came anyway. Mainly devotees came. A few other people came. Right. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else. Tishashpyata. Yes. Okay. Well, we have a few more minutes. We could look at Nectar devotion, shall we? Why not? Share. Where is it? It's here somewhere. There it is. PowerPoint. I don't know if this is it. No, that's something else. Hold on. Back up. That's something I'm working on. There we are. Is this visible? Summary of Vishvasa.
No, Guru Maharaj, it is narrative reversals is visible.
Oh, it doesn't change. That's kind of clunky thing about. Okay, we'll stop and try again. Share. Okay, that should do it.
Yes.
Yes. Right, so we were talking about the, I don't know which number, one of the 64 items toward the end. And you may recall, we are advised to be friends with Krishna. According to one's means. Where am I here? Oh, I'm far down. Let's get back. Summary, here we go. It's too small. We're getting there. Trying to find the number. Friendship, okay. Friendship. Here we go. One should think of the Lord as one's friend. And then there was this explanation. There's two aspects of friendship in sadhana bhakti. There is Vishvasa, we talked about that, and there's Mitra. I am the friend, I am the Lord's friend, and I try to make him happy. Okay, so then more explanation of Vishvasa, strong faith and confidence in the Lord as one's benefactor. Shraddha and Vishvasa are synonyms, but are used with different shades of meaning. Here, Vishvas is the practice for bringing about a particular result of Shraddha, and also being the topmost result of Shraddha. So Shraddha seems to be the more basic thing, and we talked about this yesterday here. Shraddhamaya young Purusho, that we are constituted of faith, and it's a matter of where we direct it. Draupadi is an example of this, of Vishvas, I think. And then, okay, summary of Vishvasa. The Lord is my benefactor and friend and my only shelter. From him only I get maintenance and protection. He pays my bills. I take solace in his promise of protecting in all difficulties, and I will not give up his shelter for any material opulence. So that indicates a kind of determination. And then mitra, the second type of devotional friendship, is to become a well-wisher of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's interesting. We can be well-wishers of God. I like that.
Guru
Krishna,
Maharaj, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Because I was wondering if one can be a part of one and a part of the other. Because in my personal experience, sometimes I feel, always feel under the protection of the Lord, as the Lord is my protection and my shelter. But other times, when I'm with my deities, I feel that I have to protect them. I have to give them food. I have to give them clothes. So can be a combination of both.
Yes, why not? Both and, not either or.
Okay, thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Yes. So being a well-wisher of the Lord, let's see further. I have to move this out of the way. Anyone who is preaching the confidential message of the Gita to the people in general is so dear to Krishna that no one can be equal to him in human society. Okay, that's, I guess the way, this is Prabhupada, and this is Mother Urmila's composition, this slides, this PowerPoint, and she's quoting Prabhupada here. And I think the connection she's making is that to be Krishna's well-wisher is to preach for him. So to preach the confidential message. And now we have this verse, which I was memorizing and not remembering. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakte shabidasyati. Bhakti mai parankritva mam evaishasya samshaya. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakte shabidasyasi. Bhakti mai parankritva what? Oh, that's another thing about memorizing verses. You can memorize in two dimensions, that is to say, going across the line, but it also helps to remember the first word of each line. We tend to kind of stumble on the first word of each line. Oh, what was that first word? If I can remember that, I can remember the rest. So you can remember, in this case, which I wasn't remembering, ya or ya idam, and then mad bhakteshu, and then bhaktim mayi parambitva, and then mam eva, and then mam evaisha samsaya. So this paramam guyam, this highest secret, yaha, that person, mad bhakteshu, among the bhaktas, abhidasyati, who shares it, who propagates it amongst my devotees, Bhakteshu means plural locative, which can be among them. Bhaktim mai param kritva, having done kritva, param bhaktim, the highest bhakti, mai, in me, mam eva eshati, asangshaya. He's no doubt asangshaya. Mam eva, to me only, eshati, he will go. And ya, that's the pronoun who, so kind of like whoever, idam paramam guyam, this highest. Yeah, anyway, I think that's what Prabhupada is referring to here. And purport of 7.5.23.24. By Kirtanam sometimes wants to see the Lord personally, and for this purpose he resides in the temple. Sometimes wants to see the Lord personally, and for this purpose he resides in the temple. That's in the purport to the verse spoken by Prahlad, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. And then I forgot the next verse. I have to remind. Okay. And then a person who is dedicated to serving the Lord and out of friendship sees and treats him as a human, lies down in the Lord's temple. And there's a painting here of, I don't know if it's a specific devotee. Yes, I think this, I think this is supposed to be the pujari when Madhavendra Puri leaves the temple thinking badly about himself because he thought of enjoying the kheer offered to Lord Gopinath, who becomes Kshetra Gopinath. And I'm guessing, but this could be the priest dreaming, or rather the Lord appearing to, maybe not, because it looks like Dwarkanath, the deity. In any case, lying down in the temple should be classed as Raganuga sadhana because of disregard for Vaidhi sadhana. However, attraction for feelings of friendship is cultivated in both Raganuga sadhana and Vaidhi sadhana. So there you go. That's very interesting. You don't have to wait until you have 4 hands and 8 legs to cultivate friendship with, feelings of friendship with the Lord. Summary of Mitra: I am the well-wisher of the Lord. Like him, I want to help others and relieve their distress. I especially show my friendship with the Lord by teaching others of his glories and the secret of surrender to him. I want to relieve the Lord of any inconvenience out of friendship. I may also in friendship see the Lord in intimacy with informality. Now, someone might say, well, didn't Arjuna feel great remorse? Didn't he feel showing friendship with the Lord?
He was worried.
Worried? He was begging the Lord's forgiveness. Where is it? Yeah. Verse 41 and 42 of chapter 11, Bhagavad Gita. Saketi matva prasavang yaduktam. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Saketi. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam maya pramadat pranayena vapi. Yachavaha sartam asatkritosi vihara shayasana vojaneshu eko tavapyachutta tat samaksham tat kshamaye tvang aham aprameyam. So he says, I was calling you Saka, friend, Saketi, or I was thinking, Matva. Prasabam, I think, means very strong, yet Uktam. And what he was saying, hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Saka. Now, when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, we are also essentially saying, hey Krishna. Why? Because it's vocative form, and so we're addressing Krishna directly. Ajanata mahimanam tava idam. So unaware of your greatness, maya pramadat, I was, because of being bewildered, pramadat, maya, by me, I was unaware, ajanata, yat cha avahas artam. And for joking, avahasa artam, asatkrita, asatkrita asi, vihara shayan asana bhojaneshu. So in the midst of eating and sitting and lying down, and vihara can mean recreation, any kind of maybe they were playing volleyball. Chess. Yeah, maybe they were playing chess. More likely than volleyball. Anyway. On that note, next week I'm going to be traveling. So where is our schedule? Yeah, next week I'm traveling, so you're welcome to meet together and can have a party, a mid-June party, or you can read, or whatever you like. And so we will see you the next week. Yeah, I think it should be possible on the 13th to meet. And meanwhile, chant and try to be happy. And because we read, Prabhupada says, try to chant and be happy. And stay safe and stay sane. And Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande.
Jai, His Holiness Krishna Kshetra Swami Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare
Jai,
Krishna.
Jai, Jai, Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Jai Guru Maharaj.